Yes.
All right, first and foremost, we want to thank the press that's here covering the story about Oscar Mims.
Speak up a little bit.
Okay, you want us to come in a little closer? Or is that-
Yeah.
All right. All right. Once again, we want to thank the press for being in attendance to this press conference in regards to our movement to free Oscar Mims. Present with us today. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Zaki Baruti. I'm President General of the Universal African People's Organization, a social justice advocacy organization based here in St. Louis, Missouri. I also would like to introduce or have them introduce themselves to people that's here at this press conference. I'll start with my far left.
Hi, my name is Sheila. Oscar Mims' daughter.
My name is Rhea Willis. I'm a UAPO member and also a member of the New Black Panthers.
My name is Rochelle Riggins. I'm Oscar Mims' wife.
I'm Rejji. I'm Oscar Mims' niece. Rejji Larry, L-A-I-R-Y.
We have called this press conference today to expose what we feel is another example of racial injustice that's taking place here in this particular city, and which is really reflective of a climate of racial injustice that's taking place all across America, especially with many of what we consider the killings of black people by police officers. And then in terms of the larger issue, the disproportionate number of black people that's been incarcerated here in this city on the local level as well as state level and national level. We're in front of the Thomas Eagleton Courthouse today because we are calling for the immediate release of Oscar Mims. Oscar Mims is a young black man of approximately 49 years of age who was arrested, which we feel unjustly, by the DEA department. And since his incarceration in 2013, we feel that there's been many different kinds of violations of his human rights. First and foremost, the lead attorney for the DEA agent made a statement to the fact that they really had no evidence on Oscar. And as he has been arrested, the other situation is that many times he has requested the dismissal of his court-appointed attorney, which I'd like to also address in a deeper issue facing our community. His right, because of that, and the numerous delays of his trial, speaks to the fact that he has not had a speedy trial, and that has been abused many times. And last but not least, he's been many times badgered by the judges as well as the attorney who he wants to dismiss to plead guilty to a charge that he maintains his innocence. In fact, I'm here really in support of him because their latest offer to him was that if he plead guilty, then he could immediately be set free. That speaks volumes to hear a person who can get out of jail that he's been incarcerated for over a couple years if he was just to surrender his right and say that I'm guilty to a charge that he maintains his innocence. So it's to that fact we're here calling upon his immediate release. And another issue that I wanted to digress to, and I'm going to be asking the family members and other organizations to support a law starting at the federal level as well as reaching out down to the state level, that many times people who are arrested are indigent. They do not have the kind of dollars to hire high-powered attorneys to represent them. So many times you have what is called court-appointed attorneys. We're saying that for the money that's being used to pay the court-appointed attorneys, then that money should be used to allow indigent people who have been charged with crimes and maintain their innocence to choose an attorney of their choice at the rate that's been paid to court attorneys. Then that way some sense of justice can be projected in the court systems of America. To that end, we have his wife present, and she would like to make some comments also.
Yes. Oscar has been incarcerated since June of 4th of 2013. The federal agents came to our home. There was no particular reason to pick up Oscar Mims. When we asked them why were they there, one of the federal agents said, "We really don't have any evidence on you. Your name was just on the list." That's what he said. Since Oscar has been incarcerated, we went to court, and during one of the hearings, as Brother Zaki said, the lead DA agent testified there is no evidence on Oscar Mims. This was said in court. He was under oath, and the judge heard him say this. It is documented for anyone to see. This is public record. The lead DA agent said there's no evidence on Oscar Mims, but still the prosecuting attorney, the judges, and other officials are determined to have a man plead guilty for a crime he has not committed. Also, Oscar has tried to post bond to be able to get out to deal with this issue. The judge has denied him bond, stating he is a threat to society. Oscar is not a violent person. He has never been a violent offender. So why is he being deemed as being a threat to society? Also, since Oscar has been incarcerated, he has not been read the charges that are before him. He is being illegally held, which is honestly a kidnapping. He is supposed to know the charges that are against him. That's anyone's right if they're being held or detained. But they refuse to let him know what the charges are.
So with that said, okay. So with that said, again, we are putting out the call that he should be immediately released. There ought to be an investigation of the behavior of the judges as well as the prosecuting attorney. And as I had made mention, there needs to be a new law passed that guarantees people who are indigent that they should have the right of an attorney of their choice versus the court-appointed attorney, because we know so many times court-appointed attorneys are really an arm of the state, and they're not there really for the best interests of the people that they are supposed to serve. So those are the larger issues that we feel that needs to be dealt with. And of course, as President Obama had just recently made mention, when you look at in terms of the larger issues, the laws, the draconian laws that have been passed over the years, which has led to the unprecedented incarceration of black men and women across America, we have to really begin to also focus on that, because in essence this is a new form of slavery that has been taking place here in this society. So with that, we are opening up for any questions from the press.
One more thing to say?
Oh.
Okay, just one more thing. We have more details as to Oscar's case. If anyone wants to read it, there is a petition. We ask you to take a look at it and sign it. It is at freeoscarmims.com. freeoscarmims.com. So please take a look at it, please share it, and please sign the petition.
Any questions?
What's the next step for you?
The next step, our aim is to have Oscar released. There's no particular reason for them to be holding him, so they really need to have him released.
So you need another attorney?
Some may say we need another attorney. That may be helpful. He hasn't been given any charges, so why does he need to have an attorney represent him? There's no charges, and the lead DA agent said there's no evidence, so there's no case to be held against him. So why does he have to plead to have an attorney fight his defense if there's no evidence?
Is he going to be allowed to represent himself?
The judge did give him an option. He did have a hearing to remove the attorney that he currently has. Okay? It should be noted though, the attorney he currently has never submitted his appearance in all of this 2 years and 60 days. He's never once submitted his appearance to represent Oscar Mims. So therefore, for 2 years and 60 days, Oscar Mims technically does not have a lawyer. But he had to have a hearing to have the particular lawyer removed. During the hearing, I was present, and the judge told Oscar he would not appoint him another attorney. He said your only other option is to go pro se. If you go pro se, that means you represent yourself. Then you're going to be held in the same standings as any other lawyer. Oscar did let him know he is not a lawyer. He said, doesn't matter. You're going to be held in the same standing. And he also told Oscar, if you bring up what the lead DA agent said in evidentiary hearing, you will have serious consequences. That was said in the hearing, and it's documented. He threatened Oscar he could not use that man in his defense. But he is a virtual witness for him.
Did Eric Butts ask for a psychological evaluation of Oscar?
Since this has taken place, Oscar's filed numerous appeals, suppressions. Okay, just recently after we had the hearing, when Oscar asked for a different attorney, and he also filed some other notices. Just Friday, it was on the docket to where the judge is asking Oscar to take a psychiatric evaluation.
So it's the judge's idea?
It's signed by the judge.
And you know, let me address it. That's an interesting point that you made up. I mean, not made up, but that you brought up. Because a black man maintains his innocence and refuses to take a plea bargain that sets him free, makes him crazy. I mean, you know, that again speaks to the arrogance and the disrespect that comes from the halls of what is so-called justice. And again, that's why we say injustice is the reign, really, that takes place here in America. And how can America be talking about the abuse of human rights abuse of other folks in other lands when daily the rights of black people here in this land is constantly violated?
Right.
So with that, is there any other questions? If not, again, we just want to thank the press for being here.
Thank you.
And God bless.
Thank you.
All right.
Ms. Riggins, I'm Robert Patrick.
Yes, thank you.
All right, brother. Appreciate you. CDN.
CDN. Yeah.
CDN.
Yeah, we'll post it.
Okay.
So you'll post it. You'll send it to me. So